Huntington always likes to help anyone she can during this season, so ensures she gets to know the new people who enter town. Seems a little more than an excuse for poking into people's private lives, but I remain quiet and straighten myself. Bitch! That nose out of my face! Can't say that to her, but damn. What do you wish to know? Her questions are little more than general ones about my life in person. Will I be staying for the whole season? Have I made many acquaintances so far? What social events do I intend to frequent? 10 minutes into the interview and the questions turn rather more probing than I expected. Duh. Why was I away? Definitely no family in trade. Any scandals within distant relations? Even Arabella seems taken aback by the invasive nature of the questions. Alright, we got choices, guys. We can refuse to answer them. And go with Kat's initial statement, fuck off, bitch. Answer all of them. Or ask if the questions are necessary. I'm honestly leaning towards just answering them. Just get it out there. Let the bitch know so she can shut the fuck up. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think? None, yes. So you got 1 and 3. Well, honestly, I'm just going to answer the questions. All of them, just to get her off my back. Because then she won't ask again. And I'm pretty sure if we ask the last one, she's going to be insulting again and be like, well, of course it's necessary. I'm a bitch and I have to pry into everybody's fucking lives. Why, yes, my mother ran away with her hatmake. Quite the ordeal. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna answer all of them just because. Not wanting to upset the woman who holds most of society in her grip, I answer all the questions she asks. Eventually, she gives a satisfied nod. I appreciate your candor in this, Miss Uppercut. She stands from her place, her son bobbing into step beside her. We shall take our leave. Before exiting, Lady Huntington glances over her shoulder. I am holding a select dinner gathering at my residence the week after next. You shall obviously be attending. Wasn't a question, and she doesn't give me a chance to respond before sweeping out of the room. Duh. I can't deny that. Lord Huntington steps closer towards me, taking my hand in his chill fingers. Oh, Frogman. I shall be waiting for our next meeting with bated breath. You are an ugly, creepy, froggy dude. Hop away now. Yeah, right, Rabbit? That night I stay at home. It's all off. No, he's home. He bows his head, thankfully this time not attempting to kiss my hand. Couldn't handle that. It's probably a really slobbery kisser, too. He's a frog after all. With a final inspecting glance over me, he turns on his heel to leave as well. It's not until the front door clicks shut that I fall back onto the seat, followed swiftly by Arabella. Alright, choices again. Well, that was all rather unexpected, or how rude of her to come to my house and demand such answers. I think she wanted to know more about me than even my own family, or I hope she was satisfied with the meeting. Honestly, I want to say 2, because the bitch was rude. But I agree with 3, too. She wanted to know more about me than even my own family. Damn, lady. Put your nose on my butt. Yeah, like a kiss from a St. Bernard. Yuck. 2? 2? Okay, 2 it is. How rude of her to come to my house and demand such answers, bitch! Little sharp, annoyed breath. When I glance at Arabella, she seems to be lost in her own worried thoughts. Are you alright? I was just pondering Lady Huntington's motives. Motives? She never brings her son to these meetings, usually, and those questions... Damn, bitch, I am not gonna be her son's fucking match! I'm not marrying that frogman! She shakes out of her uncertainty, giving a smile instead. Never mind my thoughts. What we should be excited for is the fact we just received a personal invitation from Lady Huntington. Yeah, sure. That's the upside. This makes her smile widen, the woman practically bouncing with joy. I do not believe I know of anyone who has garnered such a thing. Yeah, well, being that it's probably related to her son wanting to marry me, I don't give two fucks. It wasn't so much an invitation as a demand. She waves away my words with a flick of her wrist. Why should we have refused anyway? Do not reply, though the feeling I am a pawn in some scheme concocted by Lady Huntington is hard to shake. The next morning, Arabella is keen to head out to the park early, hoping to tell everyone she meets about the personal invite from Lady Huntington. Oh, gossip, gossip, gossip. Right, she did not specifically say that she invited Arabella, but the fact that, you know, Fem goes, of course Arabella's gonna go, because, you know, type of situation. So, yes, Arabella basically is invited as well in that concept. Especially when the fact that young ladies are not allowed to go to events alone. They have to be accompanied. Okay, Kat. She cranes her neck as we walk, searching through the trees for sight of groups of people. I do not believe there can be a soul left in this park, in this town, in fact, who has not heard of the invitation Arabella. We've certainly let it be very well known. She glances at me with a quirked brow, before giving a smile of her own. Oh, I am not here for just anyone. Colonel Foxley. Ah, suddenly I understood. He told me his unit would be training this morning in the park, as their current residence does not have space for it. So you thought to lend your support? Of course. The echo of shouts and banging comes from an area not far away. We shift along the edge of the tree line, not wanting to get in the way should we stumble upon the soldiers mid-practice. Do we get to see shirtless? If we get to see shirtless, that's fine. It's not far until we spot them, or rather, hear them. The shouts of the men barely echo over the clashes of swords as they slam together. Soldiers are sparring against one another, their usual attire of bright red uniforms discarded in favor of simple shirts. Though such a sight would have made some lady swoon, it is not until I spot Captain Blake that I feel a rush of heat over my skin. Arabella either does not see my blushes or ignores them, instead calling out to Foxley, stood close by. Oh, Colonel! Arabella, Miss Uppercut! Gives a small bow of his head and we bob curtsies in response. I don't see any change. What an unexpected pleasure. It most certainly is. We were simply taking a walk and heard some commotion. What a delight that we should meet you. Did I not tell you that we would be training here today? Did you? I simply cannot remember. Sure you can, Arabella. Sure. She slides her knowing gaze my way and I barely hold back a chuckle. Well, it matters not now. You are here. You are not training with the rest of the soldiers, Colonel? I use the question as an excuse to look back at the men, specifically Blake. Seems hard to place my gaze anywhere but on him. I am simply here to command today. Such a pity. I would like to witness your capabilities. Well, yes, Poor man stumbles for words after Arabella's rather bold statement. Even I am a little taken back by her forwardness. Once again, it seems I am forgotten by them both as they continue with some rather flirtatious banter. Unsure how to extract myself from their company, I simply glance away, finding my own gaze locking onto Blake's. Loxley suddenly seems to notice where my eyes have fallen and calls out to the captain to join us. We can see him in a shirt, a different shirt. Wow! Was not expecting that. But hot damn. Now I know it's a cartoon, but hot damn. Whew. You're saying the same thing. It's like, hot damn. Of course you remember Lady Ashburn and Miss Uppercut Guy. Oh my god, his name's Guy. That's funny. Like Guy Fieri. Of course. He gives a stiff bow and we curtsy in return. His breathing is heavy, his words slightly hoarse from the exercise, and sweat beads on his chest, visible beneath a slightly open shirt. That's not slightly open! That is not slightly open, dude. That is like all open, man. I clear my throat to distract myself from gazing too long. Ain't gonna stop me. You know, Colonel, I do not believe I've seen soldiers training. Then I shall explain the motions to you. He offers his arm to her, which she is quick to take, and the two move off before either me or Blake can protest. Captain moves to stand closer, apparently not wishing me to look as though I'm standing alone at the edge of the park. He remains quiet, though I can still hear his breathing as he tries to calm himself from the exertion of training. Ugh, goddamn hair. Choices! Alright, so we have, I did not expect to ever see you looking so disheveled. I'm glad to see you less strict. I suddenly feel a little overdressed. Or keep gaze anywhere but his chest. I ain't looking anywhere but his chest. Rabbit, 3? That's what I was thinking too. And I don't think Cat's back yet, so let's go with 3. I suddenly feel a little overdressed. He glances down on himself, only now coming to realize his state of dress. I apologize for my appearance. I did not expect to meet company today. I don't apologize, Captain. It's far from a bad sight. I knew it was going to make him blush. I'm glad to know that it pleases you. As soon as the words pass his lips, he glances away and clears his throat. I also shift my gaze, unsure of my sudden boldness. Apparently Arabella's forwardness is rubbing off on me. Probably. I can't grow. He shifts further towards me as a couple passes by on the path. His close proximity makes my skin prickle with heat, so I talk to try and quell the excited feeling. Do you train often? As often as we can, though that is somewhat limited by this space in town. Is it just the limited space or the people that you dislike about Bath? Excuse me. Both, I suppose. I grew up in a busy town, surrounded by more people than should live in one small area. The thought of living somewhere such as the countryside appeals to me vastly, I cannot deny. But what about you, Miss Uppercut? Do you enjoy town? I have heard it has not appealed to you for some years. Ah, choices. So, Kat, do you like the view that you came back to? Oh my gosh. We're not getting any D, but we're seeing more.